Hi everyone, John here. As you can see, I'm in my car, so I don't have like a wonderful background again, so I always say sorry, but sorry for that. Yeah, I just wanted to do an update on what's happening in Victoria and in Australia actually. And as far as as everyone knows now, we're in a 6-week lockdown, and because of Covid-19 and because of how bad it's got. I have some friends as well that live in Queensland, so they're quite lucky that they don't have to do what they're doing. But in some of my early videos, I used to talk about that, especially with the media and everything, with New South Wales, they just kept reporting all the time that this Covid-19 problem is actually a Victorian problem, and then they started talking about how silly some of the Victorians were and all the rest. Well, now I think that they understand that New South Wales is now getting cases as well, and nobody wants that. In Victoria, we don't want that to happen to anyone from New South Wales, and Victorian people don't want that to happen to Queensland. Now Queensland are starting to get not a lot of cases at all, really, but they're worried about anything flaring up, because when things start to get into the community and they can't trace it back to clusters, which is what happened in Victoria, that's when they start to worry, and that's happening in New South Wales now. So now Queensland has said, well, we're going to close the borders to pretty much all states. And I don't blame them, and getting in early and closing borders and quarantining people and all the rest, that are even coming in on flights into their states and everything, I understand. So, but the debacle that we had in Victoria with security guards and all the rest, and I think other states are learning that if we're going to quarantine, that maybe they should to monitor that and make sure that the people that are employed are very professional in their ways of doing things. Not letting people go down the street and have something to eat and mingle amongst other people, and that's how it started here in Victoria. And New South Wales is now getting in, not into where we are, but they're starting to worry now, because they're getting up to 20 cases a day. So look, that's how it started in Victoria, and like I said in the other videos, and then of course when it starts to get into the community, doesn't lead back to a cluster, then people start to worry. So no, I can understand that, and I just hope that it doesn't happen that way. And I just want to really think that it's wonderful that Daniel Andrews has asked for full support with JobKeeper in Victoria. And this may all seem simple, what we hear on the news, but I just think that it must be unbelievably hard for the Prime Minister, and even harder for Daniel Andrews, and for him to come out and front the media every day. And he's getting scrutinised if he doesn't do something right, or they don't think he's doing something right. I mean, the media is always looking for something. I know that they have to report, but the message that Daniel Andrews is trying to get out all the time is for everyone to stick together and do the right thing, and we're always one. And I've always said that as well. But then I just wish that, I suppose, that the media would sort of try not hone in onto what Daniel Andrews is not doing, but rather what Daniel Andrews is doing. And you can see the strain on the Prime Minister's face, and you can see the strain on Daniel Andrews as well. So, but I really congratulate the Prime Minister in helping Daniel Andrews when he was asking for the JobKeeper to keep going, and really, if they can, at full capacity, and to include people that may have been casuals, which they weren't getting paid, and so they'd have to bend over backwards to try and get the money. So, and this is just money to live. This isn't money to be rich or anything. This is, it's hard. It's money just to survive. So I thought that was really good. So, but anyway, that's just an update, and of course I'm also very just wanted to say very sad to see how many people are dying, and because when the virus went into the community and it wasn't just in certain clusters, then of course that's gone into people visiting people or people that are working in the healthcare system. They end up contracting COVID-19, and it's not their fault, but of course a lot of this has been transferred to people in nursing homes, and of course a lot of people that are a little bit older than us have passed away. I mean, we know that there's a lot of people now that I think someone passed away not just a few days ago that was in their 30s. I mean, and I think even a young child hasn't passed away but has contracted that, and hopefully that turns out to be okay. But look, I really wish everyone out there that everything is okay, and I just want to thank everyone out there doing the right thing. As far as I talk to a lot of expats and everything over in Thailand as well, and they talk about people really. I think there's only about 5 different types of people that can come to Thailand, even in their country. Their domestic flights are open, but really for people that go in there, they have to quarantine and for 2 weeks, and it has to be in an expensive hotel, and it has to be at your own expense. So I don't, so if you want to go on there actually for a holiday, there's 2 weeks there and there's 2 weeks when you come back. So it's not really a holiday. So even though they can move around themselves, it's for the economy, for the Thailand economy, it's not that great either. So for anyone that was thinking, I suppose, coming to Australia, well, that's not going to happen. And as you know, the borders are closed here in Australia, so everyone's scared to contracting the virus. So people aren't even moving from state to state, let alone travelling overseas. So I think in Thailand, for example, there's maybe if you're working there, you've got a job there or something, or you might be teaching, or you might be in a consulate or something like that. But I think still when you go there, you still have to quarantine before you're going to do any work over there as well. So it's pretty much the same for everywhere. But anyway, I just want to thank everyone, and please subscribe to my channel. That'll be appreciated. And thank you for listening in. Everyone have a good day and a safe day. Bye-bye.